Dear aspirants, welcome to our YouTube channel Physics Hub. Today I am going to discuss the previous year KSET question paper, that is Physical Science from 2021. Let us start with the first question. The total surface area of three-dimensional parallelepiped having the edges I cap plus j cap, comma, j cap plus k cap and k cap plus I cap originating from the origin is given by. So let us consider this is our origin. So this is the length of the parallelepiped, this is the breadth of the our parallelepiped, and this is the height of the parallelepiped. So consider L is equal to I cap plus j cap, B is equal to j cap plus k cap, H is equal to k cap plus I cap. So we know that total surface area of three-dimensional parallelepiped is given by 2 into bracket mod of L cross B plus mod of B cross H plus mod of H cross L. First find the cross product of two vectors, that is L cross B. So finding the cross product of two vectors is very easy. Just write the coordinates and according to the coordinates write the coefficient of the vectors. So we will get L cross B as I cap minus j cap plus k cap. Then find the magnitude because we have to find the total surface area. So square root of coefficient square is the magnitude. So magnitude of L cross B is the root 3. Similarly find the magnitude of B cross H and magnitude of H cross L. This will result in root 3 and root 3 because all the coefficients has the same value. So put the values in the formula and we will get 2 into 3 times of root 3 which gives 6 root 3. So option C is the correct answer, that is 6 root 3. Next question. The legendary polynomial P2 of x is equal to 3x square minus 1 by 2. The corresponding associated legendary polynomial P2 square of x is then equal to. The associated legendary polynomial is given by PL raised to m of x is equal to minus 1 to the power of m into bracket 1 minus x square raised to m by 2 into d raised to m by dx raised to m into PL of x. So substitute L is equal to 2 and m is equal to 2 in this polynomial and differentiate P2 of x 2 times. Then we will get P2 square of x is equal to 3 into 1 minus x square. So option A is the correct answer. Next question. For a is greater than 0, the value of the integration of minus infinity to infinity cos x divided by x square plus a square into dx is equal to. This is very much important formula in complex analysis, that is integration of minus infinity to infinity cos x divided by x square plus a square into dx is equal to pi by a into e to the power of minus a, that is option D is the correct answer. Next question. The eigenvalues of 3 cross 3 matrix A are 1, 2, 3. If E is the 3 cross 3 identity matrix, then which of the following statements is correct? So ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಡೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. That we have know that a trace is equal to lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3, that is sum of eigenvalues. So they have mentioned lambda 1 is equal to 1, lambda 2 is equal to 2 and lambda 3 is equal to 3. So sum of these eigenvalues which results 6. So option B is wrong. Next we have know that determinant is equal to lambda 1 into lambda 2 into lambda 3, that is product of eigenvalues. The product of eigenvalues results 6. So option C is also wrong answer. So according to Cayley-Hamilton theorem, determinant of A minus lambda I is equal to 0. Here I is the identity matrix, but in question they mentioned A as the identity matrix. Just substitute these values in this equation and divide by the A inverse. So we will get A inverse is equal to 1 by 6 A square minus A plus 11 by 6 into E. That is option A is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following matrices is an element of SU2? Means special unitary matrix of order 2. It is a 2 cross 2 complex matrix and it has determinant equal to 1 and it has the condition U dagger is equal to I. If the matrix satisfies A, B minus B star A star this condition, then the matrix is known as the SU2 matrix. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. If in x1, x2 space, the interval between two neighboring points is given by ds square is equal to 2 into dx1 square plus 4 dx1 dx2 plus 6 dx2 square, the element of the contravariant metric tensor Gij will given by. So ds square is given by d2 into dx1 square plus 4 dx1 dx2 plus 6 dx2 square. So split the middle term, that is 4 dx1 into dx2 as 2 dx1 dx2 plus 2 dx2 into dx1. So write in the form of matrix. So dx1 into dx1 is dx1 square, that has the coefficient 2. Next dx1 into dx2 has coefficient 2. Next dx2 into dx1 has the coefficient 2. Next dx2 into dx2, that is dx2 square has the coefficient 6. So write it is in the form of matrix and find the determinant, that is 8. Next find the A inverse. A inverse is equal to adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. Next find the elements of the contravariant metric tensor Gij. This is the first element, second element, third element and the fourth element. So option A is the correct answer. Next question. What is the probability of getting 3 heads and 2 tails when 5 fair coins are tossed together? Means 5 coin ಅನ್ನ ಟಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ 3 heads H H H and tail ಸಿಗೋ probability ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Fair coins ಅಂದ್ರೆ these are the unbiased coins. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೊಬಬಿಲಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತವೆ, ಬೈನಾಮಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಪಾಯ್ಸನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಗಾಸಿಯನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೈ ದಿ ಬೈನಾಮಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಸೊ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬೈನಾಮಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ Pn of r is equal to NCR P raised to r into Q raised to n minus r. So here n is equal to 5 is the 5 fair coins and P is the favorable probability, that is 1 by 2. Means when we toss a coin, either we will get a head or tail. So the favorable probability is 1 by 2. Q, that is unfavorable probability, that is also 1 by 2 because Q is equal to 1 minus P. So 1 minus 1 by 2 is again 1 by 2. Put all these value in this binomial distribution and we will get the answer 5 by 16. That is option C is the correct answer. Next question. If a variable x has the probability distribution P of x is equal to this one, then its mean value is. So this is the Gaussian distribution function. According to Gaussian distribution function, the its mean value is minus mu by 2. That is in option B. Next question. Let y is equal to 2 plus 4x square. Then integration of 0 to 2 y dx evaluated using a two segment trapezoidal rule. This is from numerical analysis chapter. So ಈ numerical analysis ಅಲ್ಲಿ 5 to 6 methods ಬರ್ತವೆ and they are very much important. ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 1 or 2 questions ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಟ್ರಾಪೆಜಾಯ್ಡಲ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಸಿಂಪ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ರಾಪ್ಸನ್ ರೂಲ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಟ್ರಾಪೆಜಾಯ್ಡಲ್ ರೂಲ್. ಸೊ ಟ್ರಾಪೆಜಾಯ್ಡಲ್ ರೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ a to b y dx is equal to h by 2 into bracket y0 plus yn means first term and last term plus 2 into bracket y1 plus y2 plus up to yn minus 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 term, second term and previous of last term. So h is equal to b minus a divided by n. So here h is the step size, b and a are the limits. So b andre upper limit, a andre lower limit. So h is equal to upper limit minus lower limit divided by n. N is the total segments. So h is equal to 1. So find the y is equal to 2 plus 4x square. From this we will get the y0, y1, y2. So put the values in this equation and we will get the answer, that is 16. Option D is the correct answer. Next question. Let f of x is equal to cos x minus 2x. Let xn be the root of f of x is equal to 0 in nth approximation. According to Newton-Raphson rule, then the next approximation to the root x n plus 1 will be. So here Newton-Raphson formula is x n plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn divided by f dash of xn. So given function is f of x, that is equal to cos x minus 2x. So differentiate with respect to x. So we will get a minus sin x minus 2. So substitute this one in formula and we will get option C as an answer. Next question. If C is equal to 2a minus 3b, the probable error in C of sigma C will be given in terms of the probable errors is independent variables A and B. namely sigma A and sigma B as. So given C is equal to 2A minus 3B, so we can find standard deviation is equal to square root of variance. So sigma C is equal to square root of 2 sigma A square plus 3 sigma B square. That is sigma C is equal to square root of 4 sigma A square plus 9 sigma B square. That is in option D. So option D is the correct answer. Next question. The solution of the differential equation 1 by c square dou square by dou t square u of x comma t minus dou square by dou x square u of x comma t is equal to 0 with the boundary conditions u of 0 comma t is equal to u of l comma t is equal to 0 and the initial condition u of x comma 0 is equal to a sin 3 pi x by l and dou u by dou t at pi comma 0 is equal to 0 is given by. If ಈ type of question ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ substitute the options in the given differential equation. Which option gives answer is equal to 0, then that option is correct answer. So here option B will give the answer equal to 0. So correct answer is option B. Next question. If M, L, T, A represents the mass, length, time and current, then the dimensions of the quantity G epsilon in SI units, where G is the universal gravitational constant and epsilon is the permittivity of the free space, is given by. So here we have to find the dimension of the quantity G epsilon. First of all, we have to know that the gravitational force, that is G m1 m2 by r square, and the electrostatic force, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon q1 q2 by r square. So we will take the ratio of gravitational force and the electrostatic force and find the dimension of the quantity G epsilon, that is m raised to minus 2 a raised to square and t raised to square. That is in option B. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. The Lagrangian of a simple pendulum is L is equal to 1 divided by ml square theta dot square minus mgl into bracket 1 minus cos theta, where m, g, l are all constants and theta is the generalized coordinate. Then the Poisson's bracket of theta comma theta dot e is equal to. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ರಾಜಿನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪೆಂಡುಲಮ್. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 1 by 2 ml square theta dot square minus mgl into bracket 1 minus cos theta. So p theta is the generalized momentum, that is equal to dou L by dou theta dot, means differentiate the Lagrangian with respect to theta dot. So we will get ml square theta dot. So rearrange this one and we will get theta dot is equal to p theta by ml square. So Poisson's bracket of theta comma theta dot is equal to theta comma theta dot ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ p theta by ml square put ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So x comma px means same function ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ the Poisson's bracket is equal to 1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Similarly theta and p theta same functions ಇದೆ. So ಇದರದ್ದು Poisson bracket ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So remaining ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದು 1 divided by ml square. So the Poisson bracket of theta comma theta dot is equal to 1 divided by ml square. So option A is the correct answer. Next question. A simple harmonic oscillator has the mass m is equal to 0.5 kg, omega is equal to 2 radian per second if it oscillates along the x-axis within the limits of Hooke's law. Then its phase-based trajectory is. So ಈ phase-based trajectory ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. For simple harmonic oscillator, the phase-based trajectory is ellipse. Okay, and the equation of ellipse is x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Energy equation is E is equal to p square by 2m plus 1 by 2 kx square. Divide this equation number 1 by E, so we will get this equation. Here rewrite the equation and we'll get p square by square root of 2me whole square plus x square by square root of 2e by k whole square. So compare this equation with standard equation of ellipse. So we will get a is equal to square root of me and b is equal to square root of 2e by k. Here the m is equal to 0.5 kg and omega is equal to 2, and find the k. K is m omega square. So k is equal to, also we will get 2. So put the values in this a and b and we will get here a is equal to b. So phase-based trajectory is circle. So option A is the correct answer. Next, there are 4 statements below about Coriolis force on a particle in motion relative to a frame. They are: Coriolis force is a pseudo force. Coriolis force exists in all inertial frames. Coriolis force exists in a frame rotating relative to an inertial frame. Coriolis force exists in all non-inertial frames. So here Coriolis force is a pseudo force. So first point is correct. Next, the Coriolis force exists in a frame rotating relative to an inertial frame. This is also correct. And Coriolis force arises due to the rotation of the Earth. Next, the Coriolis force has stronger at higher altitude and has no effect at the equator. And the Coriolis force is perpendicular to the object of axis. So option D is the correct answer. That is 1 and 3 are correct. Next question. Three particles of equal masses are at positions R1, R2 and R3 where I, J, K are orthonormal vectors. The numbers are all in meters. The distance in meter of their center of mass. So here we have to find the center of mass. So this is the center of mass formula. XCM is equal to summation of Mi into Ri divided by summation of Mi. So xm is equal to m divided by 3m because all the masses are equal. So summation of masses is m plus m because there are three particles. So 3m into summation of Ri. Ri is the position vectors. So that is R1 plus R2 plus R3. So R1 plus R2 plus R3 ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ 9 I cap plus 12 j cap plus 36 k cap ಬರ್ತದೆ. So we have to get the magnitude, that is the center of mass. So xcm is equal to 13. So option A is the correct answer. Next question. A body is moving in a potential V is equal to 1 by 2 kx square plus 1 by 4 ky square plus 1 by 4 kz square. If Lx, Ly, Lz denote the angular momentum components and E is the total energy, which of the following variables is conserved? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಐತೆ, ಸೊ ಎಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ ಐತೆ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನು, ಇ ಇಸ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ potential is a function of position only position function ಐತೆ, that why E is also conserved. Next question. The period of a small oscillation of a particle of mass m around the point of stable equilibrium in a potential, that is V of x is equal to V naught cos hyperbolic x by a. V naught and a are real constants is. So here we have to find the time period, that is equal to 2 pi by omega, and omega is equal to square root of V double prime of x divided by m. So potential anna given ಐತಿ, that is V of x is equal to V naught cos hyperbolic x by a. So ಇದನ್ನ once differentiation ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, second time differentiate ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು and substitute the value in omega. Omega ಬಂದಿದ್ದಂತ value ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, time period put ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So we will get finally t is equal to 2 pi square root of ma square divided by V naught, that is in option D. Next, a particle has a periodic motion in a potential V of x is equal to kx raised to 4 with an amplitude a. Then its time period is proportional to. So time period is proportional to the a inverse, or it can written as 1 divided by a. So this is the option B. Option B is the correct answer. ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, potential is given, that is V of x is equal to kx raised to 4. So in periodic motion V is equal to E ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. So we can write E is equal to kx raised to 4. So ಇದನ್ನ ನಾ k a raised to 4 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. So here E is directly proportional to a to the power of 4 and a is equal to e to the power of 1 by 4 ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. So j is equal to square root of e into a. A means ಅದೇನು amplitude ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, that amplitude substitute ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So j is equal to square root of e into e raised to 1 by 4. So a raised to m into a raised to n ಇದ್ರೆ a raised to m plus n. That's why j is equal to e raised to t by 4. So t is equal to dou j by dou e. So ಇದನ್ನ differentiate with respect to e ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So here we will get e raised to minus 1 by 4. ಇಲ್ಲಿ e ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ a raised to 4. So 4 get cancel, we will get amplitude inverse. So option B is the correct answer. Next, a rocket R1 is moving east with the speed c by 5 with respect to the ground station, while rocket R2 is moving with the speed c by 10 due east with respect to the R1. What is the speed of R2 with respect to the ground station? So use this formula to find the R2 rocket 2 speed. So u dash of x is equal to u of x plus v divided by 1 plus u of x into v divided by c square. Here u of x is equal to rocket 1 speed, that is c by 5, and v is the rocket 2 speed, that is c by 10. Substitute the values in this formula and we will get the rocket 2 speed with respect to ground station, that is 5 by 17 into c. So option D is the correct answer. Next question, if q is equal to q plus 2ap and p is equal to q plus 2p represents the canonical transformation from q comma p to q comma p, then a equals to. So ಇದರ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. a equals to ಎಷ್ಟು ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ a ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ canonical transformation condition ಅಂದ್ರೆ q comma p is equal to 1. So differentiate with respect to q and p ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So we will get a is equal to 1 by 2. So this is in option C. So option C is the correct answer. Next question. A spaceship of length 300 meter is moving with a speed 0.6 c relative to ground in a fixed direction. A flash of light emitted from the back end of ship gets reflected from the mirror in the front end and arrives at the back. The time taken for this process as observed from the ground is. So length ಎಷ್ಟೈತಿ 300 meter, v is 0.6 c. So gamma is equal to 1 divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. So put the values in this formula and we will get 1.25 as the answer. So option A is the correct answer. Next, a uniform circular disc of radius r and mass has a circular hole of diameter r whose edges touches the center of the disc as shown in the figure. The moment of inertia of the disc about an axis perpendicular to the disc and passing through the center C is. So here moment of inertia find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ m is equal to r perpendicular square. Perpendicular distance from the center ತಗೋಬೇಕು. This is the from center, this is the perpendicular distance from the center. So ಇದನ್ನು substitute ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ we will get 13 by 32 m r square. So option C is the correct answer. Next question. Electrostatics is characterized by the equation del cross E is equal to 0. This implies that the electric field is conservative force field. So ಇದೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the electric field is conservative. So del cross E is the Maxwell's equations. So Maxwell's equations are very much important. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 types of Maxwell equations ಬರ್ತವೆ. So ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. So here del cross E is equal to 0 ಬಂದ್ರೆ that is conservative force. The electrostatic potential inside a positively charged spherical shell whose walls are thin is. So here electrostatic potential ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು V ಲಿ denote ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So for the spherical shell V is equal to kq by r. ಇದು inside ಆಗಲಿ outside ಆಗಲಿ or on the wall ಆಗಲಿ the potential is similar. So option C is the correct answer, that is constant. ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ V means electrostatic potential ಮತ್ತೆ R ಕಿರುವಂತ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So V is inversely proportional to R. Next question. A square loop of copper wire is placed close to a long straight copper wire on a horizontal plane as shown in the figure given below. A current I flow in the straight wire whereas no current flow in the loop. Now if the loop is moved over the planar surface in a direction perpendicular to the straight wire as shown in the figure with a constant speed v, then in the loop. So loop ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ type of current flow ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So firstly we have to know the thumb rule and palm rule. Thumb rule ಅಲ್ಲಿ thumb ಏನು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ current direction, curl fingers ಏನು ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ magnetic field. ಅದೇ palm rule ಅಲ್ಲಿ palm indicates magnetic field direction, fingers velocity direction, thumb force direction. ಸೊ ಥಂಬ್ ರೂಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ವೈರ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ವೈರ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಥಂಬ್ ರೂಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ಲೂಪ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಪಾಮ್ ರೂಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ವೈರ್ ಅದ. ಸೊ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೊ ಥಂಬ್ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. ಸೊ ಕರ್ಲ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತವೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪೇಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪೇಜ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೂಪಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಅಪ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಪಾಮ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ ಆಂಟಿ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ವೈಸ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ rotate ಆಗ್ತದ. So option D is the correct answer, a current flowing in the anti-clockwise sense. Next question. A dielectric slab is just introduced between the plates of parallel plate capacitor. Then the slab experience. So ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಡೈಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಡೈಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್. ಸೊ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಇನ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಪುಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ. ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ಪುಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ದಟ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಪುಟ್ dielectric slab in between parallel plate capacitors, a force pulling it inwards. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. The electric fields in two media, it is media 1 and media 2, are E1 and E2. The two fields makes an angles theta 1 and theta 2 to the normal to the boundary surfaces as shown in the figure. If the permittivities of the media are epsilon 1 and epsilon 2, then so here this type of question is very important in our exam. ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಲೆಂದಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ವಿತ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವಿತ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಟೀಟಾ ಈಸ್ ವಿತ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಟೀಟಾ ಈಸ್ ವಿತ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮೇನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟು. ಆಂಗಲ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಆಂಗಲ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ದಿ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಎದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂಡ್ ರೀಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ 1 ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಕಾಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ 1 ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ 2 ಇಂಟು ಕಾಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ 2. ಹಾಗೆ ವಿತ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗದ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿತ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. Next, let E is equal to 3x cap plus 4y cap and B is equal to 3z cap be the electric and magnetic fields in an inertial frame. In another inertial frame that is moving with respect to the first one, it is found that mod of E dash is equal to 4 and the magnitude of magnetic field B dash will be equal to ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So this is problem on the Lorentz invariant condition. So mod of E square minus mod of B square is equal to constant. That is the Lorentz invariant condition. So constant ಅಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್. ಸೊ ಮಾಡ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮಾಡ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್. ದೆನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್. ಸೊ ಬಿ ಮಾಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ಮಾಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಬಿ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ rearrange this equation and we will get mod of B dash is equal to 0. That is the magnitude of magnetic field E will be equal to 0. That is in option A. Next question. A thin glass plate of thickness T and refractive index mu is introduced in front of one of the slits as shown in the figure. Then the fringes formed on the screen at a distance from these slits due to monochromatic plane wave falling on the slits, where lambda is the wavelength of the incident wave. Here there are two slits and the lambda is the wavelength of the incident wave. So the distance between the screen and the slits are L ಐತೆ. So thickness is T ಐತೆ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ fringes ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So will be shifted by mu minus 1 into T divided by lambda fringes. That is in option B. Next question. A charged particle enters a region with a uniform magnetic field with the velocity of the values v parallel to and v perpendicular to magnetic field. Then the ratio of the pitch to the radius of the helical path of the particle. So pitch length formula ಏನಂದ್ರೆ p is equal to 2 pi r into v parallel divided by v perpendicular. This is the pitch length formula. So here in question they asked ratio of the pitch to the radius. So p by r ratio ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So this is the answer. So option A is the correct answer. That is p by r is equal to 2 pi v parallel by v perpendicular. Next question. An electromagnetic wave of frequency omega and wave number k travels in the x cap direction in vacuum. The electric and magnetic fields can be represented by. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು electromagnetic wave frequency omega ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ and the wave number is k is travels in the x cap direction. So k ಏನೈತಿ x cap direction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. Then we have to find the E and B. So first of all we know this condition. ಏನು E is perpendicular to B ಆಗಿರ್ತದ, B is perpendicular to K ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. So E and the electric field, B is the magnetic field, K is the wave number, and K is parallel to the S. Andre K and S is the pointing vector and the wave number are in same direction. So parallelly denote ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. If perpendicular ಅಂದ್ರೆ opposite direction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾವು perpendicularly denote ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ electric field and magnetic field direction ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So K is in x cap direction ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು E and B direction either Y or Z ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. So ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಐತೆ, ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ರಾಂಗ್. ದೆನ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಐತೆ, ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ ಇಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಬಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತರ ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಏನು, ಕೆ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಟು ಎಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಪಗೇಷನ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಥವಾ ವೇವ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಏನಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಇ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಬಿ ಬೈ ಮ್ಯೂ ನಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಇ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ವೈ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಜೆಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ತಗೋತೀನಿ. So Ez, so cross product ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ y cross z is x cap. So option C is the correct answer. ಅದೇ ನಾವು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ z cross y ಇದ್ರೆ ಮೈನಸ್ x cap. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಯಾವ್ದು, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ x ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಎ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ವೇವ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಒಮೆಗಾ is incident normally on a medium with the refractive index n2 from a medium having the refractive index n1 as shown in the figure. n1 is equal to 1 and n2 is equal to 1.5. The transmission coefficient for the electromagnetic wave nearly. So transmission coefficient formula ಏನಂದ್ರೆ T is equal to 4n1 n2 divided by n1 plus n2 whole square. So here n1 is equal to 1, n2 is equal to 1.5. Put the value in this transmission coefficient formula and we will get 96%. That is in option B. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. If ket E1, ket E2 and ket E3 are orthonormal eigenstates of the spin operator Sz and S square is equal to Sx square plus Sy square plus Sz square, then the orthonormal eigenstates of Sx square plus Sy square are. So option A is the correct answer because here they asked about orthonormal eigenstates. Next question, let ket pi n, here n is equal to 1, 2, 3 be the eigenstates of the Hermitian operator B cap such that B cap ket pi n is equal to 3n square minus 1 ket pi n. Then the expectation value of B cap in the state 1 by 2 ket pi 1 plus 1 by root 2 ket pi 2 plus 1 by 2 ket pi 3. So ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ನೋ ದಿ ವೇವ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ವೇವ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ರೈಟ್ ದಿ ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ವೇವ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಐತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ equal to 1, then the wave function is normalized. So here given wave function is normalized because coefficient ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದ್ರ ಸಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಏನು ಬಂತು 1 ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ನಾರ್ಮಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ವೇವ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಐತಿ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಸೈ ಬಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇಂಟು ಸೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 12.5. Next question, a particle in a potential well V of x is equal to infinity for x is less than 0, infinity for x is greater than 2L. But the potential is present when the x lies between 0 to 2L, where V naught is a constant, is subjected to a small perturbation. H dash of x is equal to lambda V naught sine of pi x by 2L. This is the perturbation where lambda is very much less than 1. Then the first order perturbation correction to the ground state energy is. Okay, here we know that means the wave function find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ psi is equal to square root of 2 by length sin n pi x by length. So here length ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 0 to 2L means L is equal to 2L ಆಯ್ತು. So substitute ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ we get finally this as a wave function. So first order perturbation correction to the ground state energy ನ small h dash ಲೆ denote ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So that is h dash of is equal to psi h dash of psi. So ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು put ಮಾಡಿ simplify ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಮೇಲೆ we will get 8 lambda v naught by 3 pi as the answer. So option D is the correct answer. Next question, suppose ket psi is a common eigenstate of two commuting Hermitian operators A cap and B cap with the eigenvalues A and B respectively. then the variance of delta C of C cap is equal to A cap into B cap in the state psi is, answer is 0. Next question. The Hamiltonian for the hydrogen atom is H is equal to P square by 2m minus E square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r, where the nucleus is assumed to be rest. If P is equal to Px, Py, Pz and L is equal to Lx, Ly, Lz denote the linear and angular momentum operators of electron respectively. Which of the following pairs of the operators commutes with the Hamiltonian? So Hamiltonian ಜೊತೆ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ commute ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ that will results in 0. So option D will results in 0. So that's why H ಜೊತೆ L square commute ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ 0 ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತದ, H ಜೊತೆ Lz commute ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ 0 ಕೊಡ್ತದ. So option D is the correct answer. Next question. Let J1 is equal to J1x, J1y, J1z and J2 is equal to J2x, J2y, J2z be two angular momentum operators of two independent particles. Their sum is defined as J is equal to J1 plus J2. Which among the following relation is not true? Option B is not true because J square, J1z is not equal to 0 and J square, J with 2z is not equal to 0. Next question. If cat psi of 0 is equal to cat E1 plus cat E2, where cat E1 and cat E2 are the two orthonormal energy eigenstates of a system at t is equal to 0. Find the earliest time t at which the state cat psi of t becomes the orthonormal to cat psi of 0. So here time formula bartada. Our formula is very important. That is equal to t is equal to pi h cut divided by delta E. So delta E ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರಿಬಹುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is equal to E2 minus E1. So option B is the correct answer. That is pi h cut by E2 minus E1. Next question. 5 electrons are placed in a one-dimensional box of side L. Calculate the ground state energy of the system taking into account the spin of the electrons. It is given by. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5 electrons ಇದಾವೆ, one dimensional box ಐತಿ, ಅದರ length L ಐತಿ. So ಅದರ first state ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು 2 electrons fill ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, second state ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 electrons and third state ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 electron fill ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So totally 5 electrons ಆಯ್ತು. So energy find out ಮಾಡೋ formula ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, that is n square pi square h square divided by 2ml square. Here one dimensional box ಇದೆ but 3 states ಇದಾವೆ. So E is equal to n1 square pi square h square divided by 2ml square plus n2 square pi square h square divided by 2ml square plus n3 square pi square h square divided by 2ml square. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ first state ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 electrons ಇದಾವೆ. So 2 into pi square h square divided by 2ml square. Similarly plus second state ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 electrons. So 2 into pi square h square divided by 2ml square plus again n3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದಾವೆ 1 electron ಐತೆ. So 9 pi square h square divided by 2ml square into 1. So simplify ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ we will get answer as 19 by 2 pi square h square divided by 2ml square. That is a option D. Next question. A particle of mass m is confined in a rectangular box of sides a, 2a and 3a. The energy of the second excited state of the particle will be. So previous question and this question same ಇದಾವೆ. Just ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು one dimensional box ಇತ್ತು, ಅದರ ಲೆಂತ್ L ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕ್ಟಾಂಗುಲರ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇದೆ, a, 2a, 3a ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ E is equal to n square pi square h square divided by 2ma square. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈಡ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಇಂದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಏನಕ್ಕಂತ ಮಾಡಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ E is equal to pi square h square divided by 2m into bracket n square x divided by a square plus n square y divided by b square plus n square z divided by c square. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ a is equal to a ಅದ, b is equal to 2a ಅದ and c is equal to 3 ಅದ. Substitute ಮಾಡಿ E is equal to finally we will get pi square h square divided by 2m square into bracket n square x plus n square y divided by 4 plus n square z by 9. So nx, ny, nz value ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು put ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. So we will get the energy values. So E is so nx is equal to 1, ny is equal to 1, nz is equal to 1 put ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ we will get the ground state. So ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ second excited state. So nx is equal to 1, ny is equal to 2, nz is equal to 1 put ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 19/9 pi square h cut square divided by 2mi square. That is option A is the correct answer. Next question. A particle is moving in one-dimensional potential v of x is equal to kx is to 4. For large quantum numbers n, the energy of the particle is proportional to. So E is directly proportional to the n to the power of 2 raised to gamma divided by gamma plus 2. Here gamma ಏನು indicate ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ power of x, that is 4. So ಈ 4 ಅನ್ನ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So we will get energy of the particle is proportional to the n to the power of 4/3. That is option C. Next question. For very high values of energy E, the density of states in the energy space of a particle confined in a cubical box of side L is proportional to the. So here density of states formula is very much important. That is d of E is directly proportional to the e to the power of d by s minus 1. So ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So here d is the dimension and s is the power. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ cubical box ಅಂತ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So cube is a 3D. So dimension is 3. So d is equal to 3 and s is equal to 2. ಈ equation ಅಲ್ಲಿ put ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. We will get d of e is directly proportional to the e to the power of 1/2. Means d of e is directly proportional to square root of e. That is option E is the correct answer. Next question. A system has the Hamiltonian h naught if it is perturbed by the Hamiltonian h dash, where epsilon is a small, then the lowest order correction to the energies E, 2e and 3e of the systems are. So h naught ಏನೈತಿ unperturbed Hamiltonian ಐತಿ, h dash is the perturbed Hamiltonian ಐತಿ. So perturbation theory ನಾವು ಇದರ ಐಗನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ perturbed Hamiltonian ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So find the eigenvalues. Eigenvalues ಅಂದ್ರೆ that trace is equal to sum of eigenvalues. Here trace ಏನೈತಿ 0 ಐತೆ. So sum of eigenvalues ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು 0 ಆಗ್ತದ. So ಇವುಗಳ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಮೂಲಕ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಸಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ 0 ಬರ್ತದ. So ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಅಂತ 0 ಬರಲ್ಲ. So discard this option. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ಅಂತ 0 ಬರಲ್ಲ. So discard this option. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ and ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ 0 ಬರ್ತದ. ಬಟ್ eigenvalues ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವ starts from low to high. So ಮೈನಸ್ ಇಂದ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ತದ. So option C is the correct answer. Next question. A solution of Klein-Gordon equation for mass m, momentum p and energy is given by. The probability density p is therefore equal to E by mc square. This is direct formula, so remember this one. Next question. According to Dirac's relativistic quantum theory, the levels 2s half and 2p half of hydrogen atom have the following property. Here option C is the correct answer because in hydrogen atom 2s half and 2p half have the same energy. Next question. In random walk along a discrete 1D lattice where the positions are labeled by -5 to 5, a walker starts at the position 0. The probability of finding the walker at position -1 in the lattice after 5 steps is equal to. This problem ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ random walker ಒಬ್ಬ -5 to 5 ವರೆಗೆ ವಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ 0 ಅದ. ಸೊ -1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತ probability ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 5 steps. ಸೊ n is equal to 5 steps. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೈನಾಮಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ is Pn of r is equal to NCR p to the power of r into q to the power of n minus r. Here n is equal to 5 because 5 steps. So p probability ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ 1/2. Either he will take a step either left side or right side. So probability favorable condition ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ 1/2, unfavorable 1/2. So r is equal to 2 because ಎರಡರಲ್ಲಿ 1 choose ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So ಈ values ಗಳನ್ನು substitute ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ we will get 5/16. So option A is the correct answer. Next question. Random walk problem is described by the binomial probability distribution. ಯಾವುದು binomial probability distribution. Previous question ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು binomial probability distribution ಮೇಲೆ random walk problem ಅನ್ನು solve ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. If a system can exist in two states with the probabilities p and q, then compared to the graph of the distribution function p is equal to q is equal to 0.5 and the graph for P is equal to 0.6 and Q is equal to 0.4. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ just get shifted to the right because probability ಏನದ 0.6 ಅದ. So probability get shift to the right. So option C is the correct answer. The probability distribution function representing a statistical ensemble of n systems is described by the binomial distribution function. Then the root mean square deviation or RMS deviation, also called the dispersion, is proportional to. So here RMS, that is root mean square, is directly proportional to the 1 divided by square root of n. That is option D is the correct answer. Next question. The first law of thermodynamics provides a method to determine. Here, the first law of thermodynamics gives the concept of internal energy, that is denoted by E or capital U. And the first law of thermodynamics is a statement of conservation of energy. Means the energy cannot be created nor be destroyed, only converted from one form to the another one. And here the total energy of an isolated system remains constant. Means energy can change forms, but the total energy never changes. Example, heat to work conversion. Energy can be exchanged between the system and surrounding by doing some work done. So we can express the first law of thermodynamics mathematically as dq is equal to du plus dw. Means if heat is supplied to the system, that is dq, which is capable of doing work, then the quantity of heat absorbed by the system will be equal to the sum of external work done by the system and increase in internal energy. So the first law of thermodynamics provides the method to determine the change in the internal energy of the system. So option C is the correct answer. Next question. If gas is subjected to cyclic thermal process in which it returns to the original thermal state, then the total heat energy supplied is equal to. So here, according to first law of thermodynamics, dq is equal to du plus dw. For cyclic process, the change in internal energy, that is du is equal to 0. Therefore dq is equal to dw. So the total heat energy supplied is equal to the total work done. So option C is the correct answer. Next question. A Carnot's engine draws 200 calories of heat from heat source at a temperature 400 Kelvin. It rejects 150 calories of heat to the heat sink. The thermodynamic efficiency of the engine is. So efficiency can be written as total work done divided by input heat. So total work done can be written as Q1 minus Q2 divided by Q1. So here Q1 is the input heat and Q2 is the output heat. So Q1 can be known as heat of the source and Q2 is the heat of the sink. So here Q1 can be mentioned as 200 calories and Q2 mentioned as 150 calories. And T1, that is the temperature of source, is mentioned as 400 Kelvin. So this is the efficiency formula, that is equal to eta is equal to 1 minus Q2 by Q1. So put the value in this formula and we will get efficiency as 25%. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. A certain quantity of a gas at a room temperature, that is 300 Kelvin, is compressed adiabatically to 8 times its original pressure. Given that the ratio of specific heats gamma is equal to 1.5 for the gas, its temperature after the compression is. Here they mentioned T1 is equal to 300 Kelvin and we have to find the T2 is equal to how much. Here P2 is equal to 8 times of P, means initial pressure is P, then after pressure is 8 times of P. Gamma is the specific heat, ratio of the specific heat, that is 1.5. For adiabatically compressed gas, so for adiabatic compression use this formula, that is Tp raised to 1 minus gamma divided by gamma. So it is a constant. So equate with this equation and substitute these values and we will get T2 as 600 Kelvin. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. Human being may be considered as nearly a black body at a temperature 37 degrees Celsius. He radiates maximum radiation at the wavelength. So here we have to find the wavelength of black body radiation. For finding the wavelength of black body radiation, we have to use the Wein's displacement law, that is lambda T is equal to B. Here B is the Wein's constant and that is equal to 2.9 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Here in the question the temperature is in degree Celsius, so we have to convert this degree Celsius into Kelvin. So add 273 plus, then we will get wavelength as 9.35 into 10 to the power of minus 6. So option A is the correct answer. Next question. There are 3 fermions and 6 energy states to be filled up. The number of ways in which the particle can occupy the energy states is. So for fermions, we have to use the Fermi-Dirac statistics to find the number of ways. So here is the formula for finding the number of ways in which the particle can occupy the energy states, that is GICNI, that is equal to GI factorial divided by GI minus NI factorial into NI factorial. Here G is the degeneracy or the energy states and N is the number of particles. So substitute these values and we will get 20. So here option B is the correct answer. Next question. The isotope of helium gas exhibits superfluidity below a temperature of 2 millikelvin because here the helium isotope is helium 3. Atoms are the fermions because they have an odd number of nucleons. It consists of 2 protons and 1 neutron. At very low temperature below 2 millikelvin, this helium-3 atoms undergoes pairing similar to the Cooper pair in superconductors. So each pair of helium-3 atoms forms the composite particles with the integral spin. So integral spins means these are the bosons. So these bosonic pairs can then condense into a superfluid state, which is why superfluidity is observed in 3 helium below 2 millikelvin. So here option D is the correct answer because two atoms pairs up to form the bosons. Next question. Storage or diffusion capacitance in a PN diode arises due to. So this arises due to the biasing and the charge carriers. So option B is the correct answer, that is the storage or diffusion capacitance in a PN diode arises due to the forward biasing and the contribution from minority carriers. Next question. In the logic circuit shown below, the values of A and B for which output is equal to 1 are. So here A and B are the inputs and output is equal to AB bar. So put the options in this output and which option gives the equal to 1. That is the correct. So option C gives the output equal to 1. So option C is the correct answer. The op-amp circuit given below has RC values of 1. A triangular input is applied to it as shown. The output obtained is given by. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ op-amp ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ and this is the input and options ಅಲ್ಲಿ output ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ input ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ನಮ್ದು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಿಯೇಟರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಹೈ ಪಾಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ CDH ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಇಫ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ದು ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ದೆನ್ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೋ ಪಾಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ CDH ಅಂಡ್ RIL ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಏನದ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ VI ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಯಾವ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಇದೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ವರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ದು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೈನಸ್ RF ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ RIN ಅಥವಾ R1. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನದ ನಮ್ದು ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದ ಅದು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ದು V0 ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಏನಾಗತ್ತಾ ಮೈನಸ್ RF ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ R1 ಇಂಟು Vin ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ದು ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತ ಮೈನಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ದಿ RF ಬೈ R1 ಇಂಟು Vin ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. ಸೊ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ಮೈನಸ್. ಸೊ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇಂದ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಿಯೇಟರ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗುಲರ್ ವೇವ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ವೇವ್ ಕೊಡ್ತದ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ವೇವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ RC ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ 1 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ 1 ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಯಾವುದು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. Next question. In this circuit given below, VI is 5 volt, that is input voltage. R1 is 1 kilo ohm and R2 is 10 kilo ohm. The current through R1 is, so current through R1 ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು I is equal to V by R1 ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ VI is equal to 5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು KVL. at this node ಎಷ್ಟು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇರ್ತದ, ಸೇಮ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜು ಈ ನೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದ. ಸೊ ನಾವು V is equal to ಏನು ಬರಿಬೋದು, ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ 5 ಮೈನಸ್ 0 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ R1 ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 1 ಕಿಲೋ ಓಮ್. ಸೊ 1 ಕಿಲೋ ಓಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರಿಬೋದು, 5 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ 1 ಇಂಟು 10 to the power of 3 ಓಮ್. ಸೊ 5 ಇಂಟು 10 to the power of 3 ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋದರೆ 10 to the power of minus 3 milli ampere. ಸೊ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತಾ through this R1 is 5 milli ampere. So option D is the correct answer. Next question, 4 negative edge triggered JK flip-flops are connected as a ripple counter as shown below. The ripple counter is cleared at time t0 and input V1, which is a set of square pulses, is applied from time t0 to t1. The output at t1 is. So this is the positive edge triggered ಆಗಿರ್ತದ, this is negative edge triggered ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. ಅವ್ರೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 4 negative edge triggered JK flip-flops ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ 5 ಡೌನ್ ಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಸೊ 1 2 3 4 5. ಸೊ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, LSB to MSB ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ Q1 Q0 Q1 Q2 and Q3. ಸೊ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ 0 0 0 ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. ಅವಾಗ JK ಫ್ಲಿಪ್ ಫ್ಲಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ. JK ಫ್ಲಿಪ್ ಫ್ಲಾಪ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, ಟಾಗಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಟಾಗಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ, J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 1 ಆದಾಗ ಟಾಗಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಪಲ್ಸಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ 1 1 1 1 ಆಗುತ್ತಾ. ಸೊ 1 1 1 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ 15. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಗ್ತದ, 15 ಕೌಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 5 ಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ 5 ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಎಜ್ ಟ್ರಿಗರ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, 1 2 3 4 5. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 5 ಮೀನ್ಸ್ 11th ಕೌಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ, 11 ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರಿಬೋದು, 1 Q0 Q1 0 1. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ದಿ ಟನಲ್ ಡಯೋಡ್ ಆಸಿಲೇಟರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಾಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಟನಲ್ ಡಯೋಡ್ ಆಸಿಲೇಟರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ದಿ ಹೈ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೋ ನಾಯ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ 1 and 3 are true, 2 and 4 are false. So option B is the correct answer. Next question, when a JFET is cut off, the depletion layers are. ಅಂದ್ರೆ JFET ಕಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆದಾಗ ಡಿಪ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. JFET ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಡಿಪ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟಚಿಂಗ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ B is the correct answer. Next question, the characteristics of PN junction LED are. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಇವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಚೂಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಗಿವನ್ ಬಿಲೋ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ LED PN junction ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಇಟ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಎಮಿಷನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ LED PN junction ಏನಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, it emits light by the spontaneous emission. So first one is wrong. Next, it emits light by the spontaneous emission. So this one is correct. The typical line width of the light emitted is 30 to 50 nanometer. This is also correct. The photons emitted have the random phases. So this is also correct. So option check ಮಾಡಿ 2 3 4 are true and 1 is false. So option C is the correct answer. Next question, the number of comparators used in 8-bit flash analog to digital converter is. So number of comparators is equal to 2 raised to n minus 1 is the formula. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ n is equal to 8, that is the 8-bit. So 2 raised to 8 minus 1. So 2 raised to 8 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 256 minus 1. So 255 is the correct answer. So the number of comparators used in an 8-bit flash analog to digital converter is 255. So option D is the correct answer. Next question, the signal to noise at the input of the system is minus 100 decibel. Which of the following will use to obtain an signal to noise of 20 decibel at the output? So input ಅಲ್ಲಿ minus 100 decibel signal to noise ratio ಐತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಟು ನಾಯ್ಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅನ್ನ 20 ಡಿಸಿಬಲ್ಗೆ ತರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕೆಳಗಿನ ಯಾವ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಾಕ್ ಇನ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್. ಇದೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದಂದ್ರೆ ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ದಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಟು ನಾಯ್ಸ್ ದ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಫ್ರಮ್ -100 decibel at the input to 20 decibel at the output. The system must use a high gain low noise amplifier, that is lock-in amplifier. Next question. In the helium atom, the two electrons separated by gamma 1 2, how the potential energy is given by? So here potential energy is given by E square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into gamma 1 2. That is option C is the correct answer. So potential energy denoted by U, that is equal to E square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into R. So here the two electrons are separated by gamma 1 2. So distance is given as gamma 1 2. So here R is replaced by gamma 1 2. So option C is the correct answer. Next question. Hyperfine structure associated with nuclei refers to. So this hyperfine structure is associated with the splitting of the electronic energy levels. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. The magnetic moment of carbon is. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 12C6 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So A is the mass number, that is 12. So here number of protons and number of neutrons are even. So they are equal. For even Z and even N, the magnetic moment is equal to 0. So option C is the correct answer. Next question. For a given N and L values of the energy levels of hydrogenic atoms in the non-relativistic approximation, there are. So non-relativistic approximation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ N and L values ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಜೆನರೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 into 2L plus 1 degenerate states available ಇರ್ತವೆ. So option A is the correct answer. Next question. In the Born-Oppenheimer approximation, the nuclear wave equation can be solved using the calculated electronic energy as a potential energy. So option D is the correct answer. Next question. In atomic spectra, if subshell of a given electron configuration is more than half filled, the resulting multiplet is called as the inverted multiplet. So option A is the correct answer. ಇಲ್ಲಿ D2 inverted multiplet ಯಾವುದಂದ್ರೆ that is D8. So this is the more than half filled ಇರ್ತದೆ. Similarly P1 inverted multiplet ಯಾವುದಂದ್ರೆ that is P5. Next question. A continuous wave helium neon laser beam has the optical power of 5 milliwatt with the beam radius of 0.5 mm, that is millimeter. Irradiance of the beam in kilowatt per meter square is. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ irradiance ಅನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಪವರ್ that is 5 milliwatt, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು 5 into 10 to the power of -3 watt ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. Next, given radius is 0.5 millimeter. So 0.5 into 10 to the power of -3 meter. So we can write it as 5 into 10 to the power of -4 meter. Next, we have to find the area of the beam cross section, that is A is equal to pi r square. So put the values. Pi is equal to 3.142 into r is equal to, that is 5 into 10 to the power of -4 meter whole square. So we will get area as 7.854 into 10 to the power of -7 meter square. Then we have to find the irradiance, that is power divided by area, means irradiance is the ratio of power to the area. So here put the value of power and area. We will get 6370 watt per meter square. But in question they mentioned kilowatt per meter square. So convert this watt per meter square into kilowatt per meter square. So we will get I is equal to 6.4 kilowatt per meter square. So option C is the correct answer. Next question. The intensity of the emission line in the rotational spectrum of the molecule has the maximum value for the rotational quantum number J of the upper state is. So here option D is the correct answer, that is square root of KT divided by 2BHC minus 1 by 2. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನದ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 by 2 ಅದ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ 1 by 2 ಅದ. So option D is the correct answer. This is the direct formula. Remember this one for the intensity of emission line in the rotational spectra. Next question. The profile of spectral line is I of V is equal to I naught divided by V minus V naught square plus R square. Then the coherence length associated with the line will approximately equal to. So illi the coherence length, that is LC, is related to the bandwidth, that is delta V of the spectral line. For the Lorentzian profile, the bandwidth is 2R. So delta V ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ for this profile 2R ಆಗುತ್ತಾ. So ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ that is coherence length is approximately equal to C divided by delta V ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ C is the speed of light and delta V is the bandwidth. So bandwidth of the Lorentzian force ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, that is I of V is equal to I naught divided by V minus V naught whole square plus R square. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ the bandwidth is nothing but full width half maximum, that is equal to 2R. So delta V is equal to 2R ಆಯಿತು. So put in the formula. So LC is directly proportional to the LC andre coherence length. So that is approximately equal to C by 2R. So now direct relation ತಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ LC is approximately equal to C by R. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. In a simple cubic crystal, X-rays of the wavelength lambda alpha is diffracted from the 100 plane at the certain angle theta, and of the wavelength lambda beta from the 110 plane at the same angle. The ratio of lambda alpha to the lambda beta is then equal to. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬಿಕ್ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ರೇ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ ಏನಿದಾವೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಅಲ್ಫಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಬೀಟಾ ಇದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಇಸ್ 100 ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಇಸ್ 110 ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬ್ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಲಾ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಡಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ಲೇನರ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಡಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬಿಕ್ ಗೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಚ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕೆ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್. ಫಾರ್ 100 ಪ್ಲೇನಿಗೆ ಡಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎ divided by square root of 1 square plus k0 ಅದ l0 ಅದ. ಸೊ d is equal to a ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ 110 ಪ್ಲೇನಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ d is equal to a divided by square root of 1 square plus 1 square is square root of 2. ಸೊ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರು ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಅಲ್ಫಾ ಟು ದಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಬೀಟಾ. ಸೊ n ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಅಲ್ಫಾ is equal to 2d1 sin theta and ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ರೇಷಿಯೋ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಅಲ್ಫಾ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಬೀಟಾ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು, ಸೊ 2 ಗೆಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್, ಸೈನ್ ಟೀಟಾ ಗೆಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್, d1 ಏನಿದೆ a ಇದೆ ಅಂಡ್ d2 ಏನಿದೆ a by root 2 ಅದ. ಸೊ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿ ರೇಷಿಯೋಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ as ಆನ್ಸರ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ root 2. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಗಿವನ್ ಬಿಲೋ ಆರ್ ಟೂ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್. ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ದಿ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದೋಸ್ ಇನ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ವೈ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ವೈ. So choose the correct answer from the options below. So van der Waals bonding ಇದು ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಆರ್ಗಾನ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದನೇದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದನೇದು ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಎ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಯೋನಿಕ್ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಅಯೋನಿಕ್ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎದ್ರೂ ಕಾಣ್ತದ ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ. ಸೊ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಎರಡನೇದಕ್ಕೆ 3 ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ 3 ಇದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕೋವಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಕೋವಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎದುರು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಒಳಗೆ. ಸೊ ಮೂರನೇದಕ್ಕೆ 4. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಇನ್ ಅ monoatomic linear lattice, the frequency omega of an acoustical wave is given by omega is equal to 4c by m raised to 1 by 2 mod of sin ka by 2, where c is the force constant, m is the mass of the atom and k is the wave vector and a is the lattice constant. The group velocity of the acoustical wave at k is equal to pi by a is. So here omega is equal to ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, that is the monoatomic linear lattice ಗೆ omega ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So this is very important formula, ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ ಇದನ್ನ. So omega is equal to square root of 4c by m sin ka by 2. So acoustical wave ಇದೆ at k is equal to pi by a ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So put the value of k is equal to pi by a in this wave equation. So we will get omega is equal to square root of 4c by m. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ. ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಏನು, Vg is equal to d omega by dk. So ನಮಗೆ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಒಮೆಗಾನ with respect to k differentiate ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So we will get Vg is equal to 0. So option D is the correct answer. Next question. In a divalent metal with BCC lattice and lattice constant 2 angstrom, the electronic density is. So electronic density formula ಏನಂದ್ರೆ n is equal to capital N divided by V into valency. So ಇದನ್ನ valency ಜೊತೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವೇಲೆನ್ಸಿ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತಾ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ n is the effective number, that is n effective. ಸೊ n effective for BCC lattice ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ BCC lattice ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು a cube. So substitute all these values in this formula and we will get n is equal to, that is density is equal to 1 by 2 into 10 to the power of 24 per centimeter cube. So option C is the correct answer. Next question. The electrical conductivity sigma is given by sigma is equal to n squared tau divided by m. With the symbols having their conventional meaning, if E square divided by H is the unit of electrical conductivity, then H being Planck's constant, which of the following is dimensionless ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So according to this electrical conductivity formula, sigma is equal to n square tau divided by m and E square by H electrical conductivity unit ಆದರೆ, so here option B, that is n tau H divided by m is dimensionless quantity ಆಗ್ತದ. Next question. Seebeck coefficient S is related to the Peltier coefficient pi by the Kelvin's relation. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ Kelvin's relation ಯಾವುದಂದ್ರೆ that is option A, that is equal to S is equal to pi by T is the relation. So this is direct formula, remember this one. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ Seebeck coefficient ಮತ್ತೆ Peltier coefficient ಮೇಲೆ questions ಅನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Next question. In the following there is a assertion and reason. Assertion ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ in pure semiconductor the temperature dependency of resistivity is given by ln rho is inversely proportional to the temperature. And reason ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the intrinsic carrier concentration increases exponentially with the increase in temperature. Which of the following is true ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ assertion true ಆಗಿದೆ, reason true ಆಗಿದೆ. So option D is the correct answer, that is A and R both are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. So option D is the correct answer. Next question. In Hall effect experiment, the Hall voltage VH is observed when current I is passed through the sample placed in the magnetic field B. If the current is doubled and the magnetic field is decreased by the 4 times, then the new value of Hall voltage is. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಹಾಲ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ VH is equal to IB divided by NET. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದ, VH is directly proportional to I into B. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಒಂದು VH ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಟ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದ ಕರೆಂಟು I ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ B ಒಳಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಬಲ್, ಸೊ I ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಡಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಸೊ I2 is equal to 2I and B2, the magnetic field is decreased by 4 times. So B2 ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, decreased by 4 times. So B by 4. So substitute these values and we will get VH1 divided by VH2. That is the ratio of the Hall voltages. So ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತದ, 2 ಬರ್ತದ. So according to the question, ಇಲ್ಲಿ options ನೋಡ್ರಿ. So VH2 is equal to means new voltage ಏನು ಬರ್ತದ, that is equal to VH1 by 2. So ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ option A is the correct answer. Next question. Given that the energy gap of superconductor is 8.6 into 10 to the power of minus 4 electron volt and its transition temperature is 10 Kelvin. If the energy gap of another superconductor is 0.172 milli electron volt, then the transition temperature is given by. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೂಪರ್ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಯಾವುದಂದ್ರೆ EG is equal to KBTC. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಸೂಪರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ರೇಷಿಯೋ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂಡ್ ಏನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ 8.6 into 10 to the power of minus 4 electron volt, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸೂಪರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಏನಿದೆ 0.7172 into 10 to the power of minus 3 electron volt. ಸೊ ಸೊ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಒಂದನೇ ಸೂಪರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ 10 ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್ ಇದೆ, ಎರಡನೇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು x ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸೊ 1 by x is equal to 8.6 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by 1.7 into 10 to the power of minus 3 ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬಂತು, x is equal to 2 ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಎರಡನೇ ಸೂಪರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂದರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 2 ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಾಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಸೂಪರ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ನ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟ್ ಝೀರೋ ವಿಸ್ಕೋಸಿಟಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್. ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ low thermal conductivity, this is also correct, and it exhibits the fountain effect, this is also correct. Wrong yavudanದ್ರೆ it can be described by the two fluid model, so this is the wrong, but according to question not correct kelidare, so option C is the correct answer. Next question, in liquid crystals of pneumatic phase the orientation order function is 1 for perfect order, 0 for complete absence of order, decrease with increase of temperature for T is less than Tc, increase with increase of temperature for T is greater than Tc. Where Tc is the transition temperature, choose the correct option from the given below. So illi option C is the correct answer. That is 1, 2 and 3 are true but 4 is false. Andre for liquid crystals of pneumatic phase the orientation of the order function is 1 ಆಗಿರ್ತದ for perfect order ಗೆ, 0 ಆಗಿರ್ತದ for complete absence of the order, and decrease with the increase of the temperature for T is less than Tc. So option C is the correct answer. Next question, the Compton wavelength of proton is approximately equal to 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. So option D is the correct answer. ಇಲ್ಲಿ Compton wavelength ಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So delta lambda is equal to h by m naught c into bracket 1 minus cos theta. So if theta is equal to 0 ಆದರೆ delta lambda is equal to 0. If theta is equal to 90 degree ಆದರೆ delta lambda is equal to lambda c, and theta is equal to 180 degree ಆದರೆ delta lambda is equal to 2 lambda c. Here lambda c is the Compton wavelength and lambda c value ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ h by m naught c, that is equal to 2.42 angstrom. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕಾಂಪ್ಟನ್ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 10 to the power of minus 15 ಮೀಟರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, J divided by psi particle has a mass of 3.097 giga electron volt by c square and energy width of 63 kilo electron volt. Its proper lifetime is approximately equal to. So lifetime is equal to tau is equal to h cut divided by the energy width, that is EW. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 63 ಕಿಲೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವೋಲ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಟು ಜೋಲ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಅಂಡ್ ಎಚ್ ಕಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್. ಸೊ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಸ್ 10 to the power of minus 15 second. So option A is the correct answer. Next question, the quark content of P delta plus plus K plus are respectively. Here P is the proton, delta plus plus are fermions because this has the 3 quark structures. K plus, that is kaons, is a boson and it has 2 quark structures. This strangeness number ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಂಜ್ನೆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ K plus is the strangeness particle, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಂಜ್ನೆಸ್ +1 ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. So K plus has the charge Q is equal to +1. Similarly, proton has the +1 charge and delta plus plus has the +2 charge. So totally 6 type of quarks ಬರ್ತವೆ, up, down, charm, strange, top, bottom. So according to that ಯಾವ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ UUD for proton, UUU for delta plus plus, US bar for K plus. Next question, which interactions remain invariant under parity operations? So strong and electromagnetic interactions remains invariant under the parity operations. So option C is the correct answer. Next question, which one of the following reactions is possible? So option B only possible reaction ಆಗಿದೆ. So option B is the correct answer. Next question, the reaction pi minus plus which gives pi naught plus n is ಈ type of reaction ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯೂ ಬಿ ಎಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯೂ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಐತಿ, ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಐತಿ, ಎಲ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಐತಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. Next question, the ground state spin and parity of oxygen 817 nuclei according to Shell model is. ಸೊ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೈ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ 817. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ 17 ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 8, ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 9. ಸೊ ಆಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ, ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್. ನಾವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 1s 1/2 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್, 1p 3/2 raised to 4, 1p 1/2 square, 1d 5/2 raised to 1. So this is the last shell. So either ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ, this value is j is equal to 5/2 ಆಯ್ತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ parity is equal to -1 to the power of l. ಫಾರ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏನದ ಡಿ ಅದ, ಸೊ ಡಿ ಎಲ್ is equal to ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಾ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತಾ. ಸೊ parity is positive. So 5/2 plus is the ground state spin and parity of oxygen 817 nuclei. So option C is the correct answer. Next question, the fact that binding energy per nucleon is approximately constant indicates that the saturation property of the nuclear force, means binding energy per nucleon is equal to constant itandre that indicates the saturation property of the nuclear force. Next question, the isospin of the ground state of deuteron is. ಸೊ ಡ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು 1h2 or 1d2 ನು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇದರ ಐಸೋಸ್ಪಿನ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿಗೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು I is equal to 0. ಸೊ I is equal to 0 is the ground state isospin of deuteron. Next question, the reaction pi naught gives R plus R plus R is forbidden due to non-conservation of charge conjugation. So option D is the correct answer. Next question, the minimum kinetic energy in the laboratory system required by an alpha particle to cause the reaction is. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು masses ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So according to that minimum kinetic energy ಅನ್ನು find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So minimum kinetic energy is 1.54 mega electron volt. So option E is the correct answer. ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಏನೇ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, and ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ and subscribe our channel. Thank you.